My name is Dr. David Jackson, and I am a chiropractor. I live right up the street in Del Mar, California. And I came to the Perfect Funnel System to this day to take the funnels that I created on my own that have done a decent job and make them epic, and to make sure that I can impact more people and build my business while I hang out with my wife on the beach. So I've been using versions of funnels, campaigns in Infusionsoft and other programs that I've used for a decade. But they were all self-contained. I was reverse engineering. And frankly, they've gotten me where I am. But for the past probably 2 years have been a little bit of a stall in my business. It's always grown quarter after quarter. This is the first quarter ever in a decade of this business that it didn't grow, and we stayed the same. And I can look back, and when I thought 2 years ago, I really need to take my acquisition and my funnels into a different level because the world has changed and there's a lot of noise in my niche, like there is in so many. And in order to compete with that and to stay out front, I've got to be the best and I've got to have the best. And so I went to the best, and that's why I'm here today. You know, what I love best about today was the fact that although there's an agenda and a specific process that's been proven, we were able to move and flow around things that were unique to me. So many people that I've worked with in the past, wonderful people, but very rigid in the places where it didn't need to be rigid, and maybe flexible where they should have been rigid. And today, it seemed like it had the perfect balance of following a proven system and not varying too far from that, but allowing the expression of why something was important to me. It's critical to me in my profession that I work with someone that understands the depth of what we are attempting to do, and not just simply going, okay, so you want to make more money and help more people, and great, here, let's do this, to really understand it. So I think my favorite part was just having that conversation that kept tracking through the day and getting us to the point we needed to go to, but with a deep understanding of the why behind it all as well. So before I came today, I've had a vision for a long time, and at least in my world, my vision is intended to scare the hell out of me. Like, I want a vision that is so big, it gets me up in the morning and makes me like train to move into it. And as I have grown and succeeded and served so many people and built a good business, I've still wanted to double that business. Not for double's sake because it sounds cool or I feed my ego or I make a lot more money, but because I just believe the industry that I serve needs this desperately. And I need to become the man and the leader that can do that. And so that vision has been there. But honestly, over the past 18 months, maybe even 24 months, it's gotten a little bit fuzzier, like uncomfortably fuzzy for me, because I'm very clear on what I want, but I didn't see the path to get there. I've been around the block many times. I've known many great marketing experts. I've paid untold amounts of money. It's all returned. I've never wasted anything. I've learned something, I've implemented strategies, and I've grown and grown and grown. But at this point, I know exactly what it needs to happen in order to achieve that vision. And working with Bryan and the team and Perfect Funnel Systems is not just to make my life easier, it's to be effective. It's to work smarter and harder simultaneously. And that allows me to see that vision and to know that I can double this business, and without sacrificing the things that I love the most, which for me is freedom and simplicity in my life. And that's the benefit of that's exactly what a intentionally built expert funnel and a whole system behind that and offers and everything else. Because it's not anyone, my daughter could build a funnel, but it doesn't mean it's going to work. And what we've done today in really a short period of time is not just figure out the funnels that need to be done, but how they need to be done, the offers, the ups, the downsells, everything in it that makes me go, we got this. Yep, absolutely going to double. No question about it. by nature, I'm a do-it-yourselfer. I think so many entrepreneurs are. It's why we do what we do. But you reach a point where you have to get out of your own way. And I think it's really good for someone, especially in maybe a small entrepreneurial business that's doing several $1 million perhaps, or someone under that, or even a bit over that, to really keep control of everything. You got to know what's going on. But there comes a point when it is not I'm a good marketer. I know marketing. I know how to build a funnel, but it's not what I'm best in the world at. And anytime I can go find someone who's best in the world at their thing, it allows me to be best in the world at what I am best at. And so there's a double benefit there. It's not only am I getting access to people that are the top of the game, but it allows me to be at the top of my game. So finding someone that's an expert, and as opposed to doing it myself, even if I could do a good job, there's certain things just because you can do them doesn't mean you should. And at this point, at least in my business, I shouldn't be doing this. I should understand it. I should have a role in it. I should lead the process, but I shouldn't be doing this because my vision is too big for me to be doing this. It's not beneath me. It's out of my realm of confidence and competence to do it as good as it needs to be done in order to get where we need to go. You know, as I thought about this strategy session, it was interesting. I wasn't thinking about it. I was on vacation with my wife, and I saw something on Facebook with a guy dressed up like Willy Wonka, and I was like, I know that guy. He's the funnel guy. I mean, that's Bryan, and I've literally met Bryan before. And I wasn't thinking. I literally wasn't even on my radar to do this. I knew something was missing. But you know when two things just cross and you go, that's what was missing, but I was unconsciously unaware of that, it became conscious to me right away. So I legitimately, I called my good friend Isaac, and he said, yes, I work with Bryan, I'll give you Bryan. I called him, and boom, and we set it up, and it was just a done deal. I didn't have to think about it. It's an investment, there's no doubt. But the reason it's an investment is because it returns, and I am an investor in self so that I can return on other people. So the whole concept of, you know, was I nervous? Was it a big decision? To me, it was a no-brainer decision. I mean, to get, you know, the day's value back out of this, he doesn't have to build or do anything from here. I already figured stuff out that's going to get that back, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to get 100x return on this investment, and I know that's going to happen. I think in everything we do, our goal as an entrepreneur is to exceed expectations. But you can't exceed expectations until they've been set, because you don't know where the bar is. And knowing what Bryan had to offer, the bar was clear. And I thought if we can get over that bar, then this is going to be well worth it. And I already had confidence, 100% confidence that was going to happen. But what you want as a consumer is you want people to blow you away. You want people to exceed the expectations. And not in a hypey kind of way, but in a delivery kind of way. And that's how I felt about today. It's not easy, by the way, to exceed my expectations, because I have high expectations of myself and of the people I work with, and I'm hoping you do too. But Bryan and the team definitely exceeded expectations, as I had mentioned earlier, by really listening, number one. Not just waiting to tell me what the answer was and he's got the key to my kingdom, but to understand what my kingdom even is, what I really want to do and why I want to do it, and the different things I've tried in the past that have worked and haven't worked. And so that is something that, of all the experts I've sat down with, that's a rare commodity. It's a rare personality trait, and it's a rare thing you see in a business. And so for those reasons and many more, my expectations were absolutely exceeded. You know, when I think back on this morning and what I intended, what I thought we would do, I think one thing that hit me that was not really as expected as we started, I came with a journal with all my notes and my value ladders and my funnels that I've used. I didn't realize how much I had to really offer and how segmented it was. Like I pride myself on automation, and I realize how much is not automated. And I look at things that are doing really good, and I sit here now and I think, oh my gosh, scratching the surface. And again, I'm not like kid in a candy store. I'm talking about the reality of this funnel that makes me $40,000 a month could easily make me $140,000 a month with just a couple of tweaks that we talked about today. So I was surprised by some of the low-hanging fruit that I didn't even know was there. That's like, I can take that and run with it, and money done, right? I mean, easy, value delivered, done. Those were the easy things, the things that surprised me. I expected, as I said earlier, the big things, but I didn't really even think about all that stuff that was lower to the ground. That's like, yeah, well, we should do that. We got to do that, and we can build this, and all those things just made me feel like it's a full picture here, man. I'm going to get all this easy stuff taken care of, and then we can work on the big things that are really going to take us to that next level. So the important thing, as I mentioned a bit earlier, is that to me as an entrepreneur, I've got to have someone that understands not just my business, not just where I am, and really not even just where I want to go, but why I want to go there. It's important because I believe that the design phase, and that's what we're here for, is the design phase, is the single most important part of life, right? It's designing your relationship, it's designing your home, it's designing your vacations, it's designing your business. And so many people just want to get right at the build process, and they go in without a blueprint. And I'll say this sarcastically and jokingly, but you're going to have a good time even building a freaking tree house without a good blueprint. And if you really want an epic life like I do, I already have one, but a next level, it's not, the build's easy, man. It's the design, getting that right. And so with Bryan today, he heard me and he understands why I want the design. And to me, he's the architect. I'm sharing ideas with him, and now he gets to create a blueprint, and I get to look at the blueprint, and I know he's going to give me a red pen and say, where do you want to change this? And when you build a house called redlining, right? You draw, I want this window over here, and that's what I'm so excited to look forward to, is having that initial blueprint and saying, okay, now let's tweak it, and now let's go build it. And that to me is an unparalleled value that you get out of a day like today. So regardless of your business, if you're actually passionate about it and you do have a vision that's bigger than where you are right now, and you see down the field a little way, but you're not exactly sure how to get there, there's no business on the planet that doesn't have to have, that would not be better with some sort of a funnel, with some sort of a sequence, with some sort of automation, with intelligence. The challenge is, like I said earlier, my daughter, I have 3 of them, have helped me build funnels before. Funnel's not what you get when you have a day like today, a discovery day and a design day with Bryan and the Perfect Funnel System. It's so much more than that. So when you consider an investment, if you're like me, you consider what that return is going to be. Not just money, because $10,000 or $15,000 or whatever it might be is a part of it. It's your time, it's your energy, it's your effort, but you got to see in what your return can possibly be. And when I look at it, it's simple, because if I just got my money back and a little bit extra for my time, then it's worth my day, because there's so many other things that I learned. But if you're hesitating, or if you've tried it before, I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, I can promise you this much, that if you come with a true vision of where you want your business to be, regardless of where you are now, Bryan can help you get there. And I believe he can help you get there faster and more effectively and with more freedom than anyone else that I've met, because of the system that he uses to take this process of making funnels and actually make them work and be effective and optimized. And to me, that makes any decision to spend a day and a sum of money and invest it and feel absolutely wonderful about doing that, because you know the return on investment is immediate and will last for the rest of your business life as well, because it will always move into the future with that funnel.